accept.
Have to allow you.
We have to legally allow you to film us.
Yeah. In the den.
Is everybody happy with Dave filming us?
Yeah.
Probably
You know our price.
we was actually going to be naked on this, but then we realised that
it costs extra money.
Yeah, we're in the studio, and Martin, who owns the studio, has got a camera right above where you are, just up there. So
Okay.
A bit weird. Big up Martin, by the way. Yeah. Purple Pro Audio in Leeds. Look at this. Martin.
Well, good morning, Crooked Revival.
Good morning.
Yo.
Well, you've just released an EP.
We have indeed.
We certainly have, yeah. What, how many days? 10 days ago? Roughly?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's out there. It's out there. It's in the ether.
Florence Black on the 13th.
13th of October, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, tell me about it. I mean, this is why we're here talking. So let's get to business.
Back to Freedom is our new EP. There's 3 tracks on there. We feel the songs that we put out before, yeah, they're good and we still like them, but we were moving in a different direction slightly, getting a bit heavier, getting a bit more classic rock, and throwing a few more influences in there than what we had from the first track. So we thought, let's put out 3 tracks at the same time to show our sort of new sound and the direction we're moving in. They were all fairly fresh. They were still getting sort of tweaked and finished as we went into the studio. Some parts were probably written in the studio, right?
Well, we never even heard Pav solos until he sat down and dropped in the studio.
So yeah, so it's taken a while. That was in July. We recorded that in Steel City Studio in Sheffield.
Right.
And yeah, it's just taken a while to get there with the mastering, choosing the right master engineer and things like that. And yeah, it's finally here, October, and it's out, and we're pretty excited about it. So now we're embarking on a run of shows. We just did Florence Black last week in Leeds. We're heading out today, actually, to Huddersfield to do Wheel and Stock, which is an all-day event for a very good cause. Next month we hit Bradford, and then our first international show in Scotland with Cam Cole, with the legendary one-man band that is Cam Cole.
Right.
But back to the EP, I think the important thing is that the 3 songs, Back to Freedom, Taking Too Long, and Something More, that's the 3 songs we wrote in correct way. Somebody wrote the riff, and we start digging as a band together in one place. No more lockdown.
Take from the title what you will, but
it sounds much better than the previous songs, which it never happened before.
No, of course. We had to. All the songs that we recorded previously were written by me on my own on a guitar in my house.
Yeah.
And then we just try and layer other stuff on top of it. But when you play together in a room, and you can feed off each other, and it doesn't take 3 days to get a response to an audio message that you've sent, and the guy's misinterpreted what you said, and then it comes back and it's still not right, and then you're pissed off at each other for a week. It's like, now you just go, hey, what about this? And he goes, yeah, cool, what about this? And you go, wow, there's a song.
And usually, like when we wrote Back to Freedom, we just wrote it in here, just quick. It was like, yeah, that's.
I think somebody just played the riff, didn't we? And we all just cut out, and then James just drops in with the "Give me a love." We're all like, "Oh, it's always Pat."
It sounded fucking very in your face. It's good that I fucking love that it's in your face.
Yeah, man.
Brilliant.
The lyric.
What do you think of it, Dave? Did you enjoy it?
Well, I've been playing Back to Freedom daily for the last week, so
nice. Getting them streams up, getting them Spotify.
No, I wouldn't say streams. I put it on the radio, so I got it from the file that you gave me. So
right, okay.
You're not going to earn any money out of it. I'm sorry. Actually, I played it on HRH yesterday, and they pay for your bit off the PRS license, so it's you might get a fraction of a penny.
We'll look forward to the check in the post.
We should hold the
press. Okay, well, Back to Freedom's quite a heavy tune, isn't it? I take what you said about the mastering, getting the mastering right, because it actually sounds very crisp, very clear, and quite loud as well. So you've done really well there.
Compared to the other tracks, that was the vibe. Is that like it kind of needs to be in your fucking face.
I think the main difference was the earlier tracks were recorded. Some of the drums were recorded on tape. It was recorded quite
Like
old school
70s style, yeah.
analog style, which yes does suit our sound. But we thought with this new stuff, let's try taking a modern production. So there's some Kemper guitars on there. There's some layered up snare sounds, things like that. And we just thought if we combine that modern production sound with our new sound, we think that could be a good mix.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing about this for us is we recorded these tracks with our amps, our pedals, our guitars, and we wanted it to be the best representation of what we sound like when we play in the room.
Yeah,
which is why why it doesn't sound like massive production with loads of stuff. It's just guitars, drums, bass, and vocals, and it just sits together as 4 parts and then just works, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it needs to. It's fairly big in it, you know what I mean?
We wanted to keep that element of like raw rock and roll.
We like 70s rock and roll is as good as it gets, isn't it? Like Motorhead and Sabbath and that sort of stuff. When you could just listen to an album because it's timeless, because it was played in a room. Stones, whoever, whatever. The tracks are played in a room as a band, which is why they hold up better than modern, stemmed recordings that are just
where half your live show is.
It's just played onto it.
Which there's a place for that as well.
Of course there is.
Massively. But in ours, I feel like, especially Back to Freedom, if you drive when you listen to Back to Freedom, or ride a motorbike, a fucking full power. That's when I listened to the Masters. I was riding a motorbike, and if it's not pumping me where I feel like I want to fucking kill myself, I don't want to listen.
Obviously,
to it.
all within the illegal.
But you know what I mean? I want it to be really fucking in your face.
You think you can play?
We played this on the first round.
Yeah, that's the key. Back screen, especially the first track, is that you want it to sound. I want someone to be like, this is in my fucking face the whole way through, and that's what it does. I think
that's why we decided to put that first, because it just opens the EP.
It's the best start.
Well, something more is quite a bit different as well.
And then we chill it out with that.
What's your thoughts on something more before we say anything?
Oh, well, I quite like it. I mean, to be fair, I do like the EP as a whole. I mean, it's fairly rounded. You've got pretty much everything you've got, everything you could want from a rock band.
Not quite everything we've got.
Well,
but
like I think
it's a good snapshot of everything.
Yeah, but it's we intentionally put the songs in the order we did.
Yeah.
So that it opens the door, tails you along a little bit with kind of Sabbathy riffs, and then just big ending. But we're really pleased with it. I think as a collection of songs, it's pretty strong to say they're 2-3 week songs.
Yeah.
Even though we've just gone in the studio and recorded them, the stuff we're playing now is that again.
Right.
Can you imagine where we've gone from the first recordings, the first 3 tracks, Give Me the Lightning Bolt, Sacrifice, and then onto these tracks. The songs we're writing now are another step on, and the melodies and the timing and stuff like that's evolving every time we play in this room, which is pretty good.
Which is cool, man.
Because I can just bring a riff, and by the end of practice, we've got another song.
Right.
And we're just doing that pretty much weekly when we're not going to gig and we don't have to practice the set.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to playing a gig this afternoon, and then it should be good.
Yeah, and we know together each other for longer, so it's I think
we all know what our part is in the sound.
That if you know other people, it's you can open yourself for other members, and it's easier to write.
Absolutely. And I think we all have some are good at melody, some are good at structure, some are good at where you put the little gaps and the stops, some are good at, we all have our own little thing that now has created this Crooked Revival sound that's taken. It's still only 14 months since our first song came out. It's still very fresh. So but yeah, we feel like we're moving in the right direction now, and this EP is the best way to show that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you at the Rock and Blues, and that's where we first met, obviously, the custom show.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just an amazing gig for such a young band. I mean, you were up there with Florence Black for sound and stuff like that. I mean, they were going for it. I mean, you matched it step for step. So, I mean, hats off to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it is in a band. It's a long process to get as you know, it's like you have to get onto certain gigs and then get on touring sort of stuff. So big up Florence Black for letting us play with them, because that is the coolest thing that we managed to get on that show. Just from meeting those guys.
And those guys,
and they're
amazing.
Yeah.
So good, so tight, so authentic. Like 3-piece rock and roll.
And for us, they essentially came to our town
filled our home venue for us and said, "Here you go, Crooked Revival. Here's loads of potential fans. Do your worst."
Sick, and hopefully,
So
we get
yeah,
to,
that was sick.
hopefully we get to do it again with them boys. We will, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll play.
And we'll
Some
hopefully do a tour or something, and that'd be real cool if we did do that. Something like that.
So now I think it's just about playing these shows, maybe getting some more music out, either probably early next year, and then trying to get on festivals for the summer.
Excellent.
Festival tour would be cool.
Yeah. Well, you certainly deserve to be heard out there because, you know, honestly, it's just cracking. So what are the future plans then? You've got this EP out now. Touring, obviously, you want to be gigging and whatever. What about musically wise? I mean, are you going to be putting out singles? Are you going to be putting out albums? Are you going to be doing?
I mean, I personally, we've got an absolute face melter to come out. Next.
Yeah,
it's
got one in the top pocket.
Yeah, it's a badass tune.
I
And
think
then
we've got like an A and a B side basically though, for just like a release now.
So we played this tune at the Florence Black gig that we played last, and it's sort of lasting. I think we also played it last at Rock and Blues.
We did play it. The last time
and that's what people keep saying to us. What's that last song you played? Messages on Facebook. What's that song called you played? I can't find it on your Spotify.
We don't have it.
That's not recorded yet, but that's a lot more anthemic, big stadium type sound. And then, as Dom says, we've got this badass Rockies song as well that we have. So we're thinking of recording both of those maybe early next year, and then probably staggering the releases. We'll see.
see what happens.
But yeah, that's next plan.
It's always hard decision what we should record because we've got things to record.
Yeah.
And we always argue what we want to record, and
but we're pretty set on these next two, so
we are set on the next
one.
I think it's just a case of like hopefully getting on, just try to play more shows out of Leeds or getting on more gigs.
I think it's just
the
exposure
gigs thing
now.
is just we just need
Time
to go on
served. We
gigs.
need to get to gigs and play in front of people because
Still only done what 8 gigs?
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, we've
So-
done 7 gigs, man. Fuck all.
that's what we're missing, right? We've created the sound, we've got a band, we've got an image. We just want to go play to people now,
Right.
and hopefully have the response that we're having. I mean, the people that came up to us after Florence Black gig was amazing. I mean, people were
Someone had done some fan art. They'd like hand drawn our logo and brought it to the show.
This girl, she come up to me and James, we were like the merch thing. I mean, we sold it.
we had 2 t-shirts.
But and she goes, mate, I'm gonna go home tonight and fucking listen to your band. And she's like, you're fucking amazing. She's like, I'm just gonna go home and listen to your band.
And off the back of that, we got played on Home of Rock Radio last night by Shutty from Terrorvision, and he was pretty complimentary of us, but he actually played Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, he played Lightning Bolt, but
So he didn't play him throughout the new EP, but still, he was complimentary, saying that his wife and his son went to the gig and they came home raving about us. So yeah, it's pretty nice to hear, man. And then yourself, you said you might be cheekily dropping us on a radio station or two. So.
No, well, Voodoo on radio in the mornings during the weekday, and HRH on a Saturday morning. There is another radio station involved somewhere along the line, but I can't mention that just yet. Yeah. Okay. Right. Big band divisive question. Who's the biggest diva?
Diva. We were literally just had a hilarious laugh about one of Pav's diva moments.
I think personally, don't get offended, boys, but Pawel James is the biggest divas in this band.
I mean, it's vocals. Well, it's 2 guitarists, isn't it?
Definitely.
The guitars in the
I'll
rhythm,
tell you a story.
rhythm section and the guitars. Sorry about it.
We did this tune, and
I think I understood that question differently. But
and we were like cousins, like me, James, and we're like, it's really good. We're just not tight. We played it twice, and Pav's like, it's not right, man. Like saying shit and all this, and we're like, we're playing it at Rock and Blues. I something like, we're playing it. He's like, we're not. I'm walking off if we play it. I was like, Pav, I'm gonna fucking talk to you right now. You don't be a fucking clown. You're not gonna walk off. We're gonna play the song, and now he loves the song.
We played the song earlier today.
He's like, yeah,
I am a clown.
better used to it.
and now he's like, we should play this song because we're not playing it today. It's like, yeah, man. But
We can all have our moments.
We
Okay.
all care a lot about music.
It was same with Give Me a Lightning Bolt song.
I've
James
absolutely
brought-
hated
James
Give Me
brought
Lightning Bolt.
the idea of Give Me Lightning Bolt, and I said, man, it sucks, it sucks. Now it's one of my favorite songs.
Basically, don't trust Pam's opinion. I just creep in with the things, and he hates it at first, but then he grows to love them.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We hope other people don't hate it first, but yeah.
Okay. The proof is in the pudding, shall we say? Crooked Revival, thank you very much for your time. I will see you very soon.
Nice one,
Thank
Dave.
you very much.
Take it easy, man. We'll catch you soon.
Pleasure speaking to you.